Y'all want some? There we go. Y'all like that? Did you know he was on your side? Good morning. Good morning, everybody. My niece T baby. My niece Riz. Come on, don't quit. If you didn't know, you know today. Good morning, Renee. Good morning, everybody. Just listen to this one part right here. What happened? You said what? Ooh, just hold on a little bit longer. In the midnight hour, you coming? Yeah. Ooh. Leandria been out in these church streets for a long time. When this come out? Let's see. She been in these church streets for a long time. Hold on, let me see. Let me go to this album and when this come up. Let's see here. 2014. She was going through something. What you say? What you say? You can't sing like that. That's 11 years old, and we know she was out here even before then. But that spoke to somebody today. No, huh? You can't sing like that if you ain't been through nothing. Have you understood or even just paid attention to that people that have voices like that live the craziest lives? Most people that can sing got a crazy story in behind their life. Have y'all paid attention? You want to know where that comes from? It radiates from down on the inside of their belly. That's why when a lot of people that's really singing and and the emotion comes over them, they hold their stomach, do they not? Yeah, for the diaphragm, but you know that other hole they be putting on it. Come on, Mari. Clock that. Clock it. Yeah, yeah. Because sometimes your gift is tied to the pain that you have. I'm telling you. And so when you numb yourself, then you will never fully work in your gift. Hello? Did somebody say that? Who said that? We gonna talk about it. I brought my bag up, so the phone is back in the house. It's been in the car for about 2 weeks. Don't worry. We'll be calling our dad shortly. I just gotta go in there and get it out. Look, listen. That suitcase made it from the car to the front door. Sitting right there by the front door. We gonna take the stuff out today and get it in the washing machine. The power in my little kid voice. I'm trying to tell you. Think about it. If what you're supposed to do is tied to what you went through, how many people that won't tell their story are wondering why they feel like they don't have no purpose? This could never, ever, ever, ever have been a thing if I didn't tell my story. Do you understand that this came out of my story. This. It came out of my story. If I never told my story, We Outside International University would never be a thing. Because even when I was talking to y'all about the giants, that was a part of my story. Remember, I told y'all as a young person, and even still now, it's always like the big, tall people that be wanting to come for me a lot of times. Right? Like the biggest person in the room. I'm not a big, and I'm not saying big like tall. I'm not a tall lady. So because David and Goliath and all of the stories I had read, even as a young kid, about the giants, well, then I know that this is possible. Now, the strategy in which I do this to knock this big tall tree to the ground, it's going to have to be a strategy, but it'll be a strategy. David was young when he wasn't that old now. Okay. And see, and he also let you know that he had them hitters hidden out somewhere, right? And he had strategy because when he was working up on Bathsheba, he had already planned it out long time before. He said, yeah, that's about to be me. And he already had wives, did he not? Like 7. So he was being greedy. He was. But God still called him a man after his own heart. So no matter how we look at David and some of the things that he did, because most times leaders, the easiest way, as we know from Samson and a lot of other stories, for the devil to get to a person is through love. Hello. Because a lot of leaders are lonely. Because there's very few people they can be vulnerable with. You think it's a coincidence that God always sends a person that the person is in a relationship with to be the person that puts the knife in their bag? You think that's just a coincidence? That the person that you fall in love with ain't really who you think they are. They working for other team. And then they start to cause you to lose everything you have, your sanity included, your respect, your everything. No? Ain't that what the Bible be telling us? Good morning, Rika. Ain't that how it happened? No, just me? Oh, okay, never mind. I see I'm the only one. Oh, okay. Maybe y'all ain't got y'all good morning cereal in your robe. Go get your coffee. Do you understand? This is the oldest trick in the book. It started with the first people, did it not? The lover of the man said, I know we ain't supposed to eat this, but I really want you to try it. I think once you try it, our life is going to change. Now, how many people have been introduced to things through their lovers and their life was never the same? Never. So many times, cry yourself to sleep, wonder when the tribe that understands me will come. We here. We here. Well, hey, pumpkin, you don't gotta cry yourself to sleep no more. Titi got a hug. And along with the lover of the soul and being, listen. You hear me? Your purpose is tied to your pain. Say it with me. My purpose is tied to my pain. Your purpose was birthed out of the pain. That's what it's for. Okay. Can we do a building? Let's do a building. Let's. We got books everywhere. Oh. Y'all know it made me happy last night in class. I don't know who said it. But someone came in here and said, you're like the show The Librarians, but with the Bible. But the show Librarians is the Bible. Who'll agree? Just put 2 fingers up if you agree that librarians is all biblical. Is it not? Like that was you? Well, thank you. Listen, I was like, oh, that is a compliment to me. You hear me? Last night you did. Thank you. Good morning. Just making it to the top of the mountain. We'll be dropping out of service. Okay, y'all be careful. Take some walkie-talkies or something, Auntie. Y'all got some walkie-talkies or something? Do y'all? Good morning. Okay. All right. Okay. Okay. This the thing here. When you understand that God wants you to use, okay, what does it mean to take the bad and turn it out and work it out for your good? What does that mean? Thank you, Rockla. Huh? What does that mean? If he takes your bad and turns it around for your good, is that not turning your pain into purpose? Is it? Or am I tripping? Yeah. Letting go of what hurt you, but you also have to go back to the people that are in the same situation and help them out. That is when you will. What did God let you out for? And in order to be in a situation where you can go help somebody out of the situation you was just in, and now addiction and different things, you have to be careful, and God will give you the wisdom on that. You ain't got to go to where they at, but God will put them in your way. You won't even have to worry about it. I promise you, he will put them in your way if that's truly what you want to do. And he won't make you go to places that are gonna jeopardize your sobriety. Okay? You hear me? You got me? Because I promise you, there are certain employment opportunities that I had that can become very addictive very, very fast. Right? Because you ain't got to wait on no money. It's right there. Every day. You ain't got to wait for a paycheck. You ain't got to, it's right there. Okay? You know what I'm saying? People can introduce you to things that will change your life. But if you make it out of it so that you can talk about it, then you are now supposed to go back to people that are in the same situation. Not go back, not to your group, because that might be too much. God will send people, and it won't be too much at first. And it'll probably be something that you were thinking about, like, man, I remember when, and then boom, here come the person. Not the person that you remember, but a person that is at the very stage where you were at when you was like, I don't want to live like this no more. They'll even say baby, they'll even say the words to you that you said to yourself and to the Lord. You be like, what? What did you say? Who are you? I don't know. Somebody just told me to come and sit down. No, that's not something. I know exactly who did it. It's a nice day out here. You see, it's a nice day. I know exactly who did it. I know exactly who sent you here. I know, because this is what he do. Nothing is for nothing, and everything means something. I promise you it do. Mm-hmm. Everything. Even the craziest information that you hear has meaning. So, we're going to go a few places today. I wanted to give y'all a minute to get in here. We've been in here about 15 minutes, and I know how they've been playing with the lives. Even over here, they not telling y'all we on. See, y'all thought I was tripping. But y'all been seeing people come in here and say, I ain't got no nothing over there on YT. Nothing. 2 hours in, hey Pumpkin. Hey Kayla. That's the administrator right there. You hear? So when I tell y'all they playing for real, they is everywhere. So we going to our summer home and our winter home, and then we'll go back to our summer home for a minute because they are playing big time. I'm trying to tell you. Oh, we were supposed to be doing the exercise. Okay. So, you know what I realized? We keep doing a lot of foundational work. Anybody paid attention to that? A lot of the stuff that we've been going over in the last maybe month or so is foundational things. Like of the parts of our life, but it's like foundation stuff. Roots and, things that, that are connected to you that need to be, all of these different things. The soil that we were sown into, which is our life experience. It's crazy how we keep getting, like, everything is like foundational, like, type teaching, which is really crazy. Maybe God is saying, check our foundations. What y'all think? What y'all think about that? Y'all think he's saying, check our foundations? No? Is that just me thinking that? Okay, it's just me. Why are you not? I gotta be very careful. Y'all know I will break some stuff. You said that which gives you stability. Okay. You was about to drop it on your feet? Okay. Well, then do it. Okay. Put this here. I think I be supposed to squeeze it. I don't know. Because it don't ever be right. Or maybe I done bent it. Ain't no telling. It's the word, or else you won't be able to build or stand. Come on now. Come on. It's crazy. I know if we were to go back and look through all of my drawings, they look crazy. What is this for? And where's the lid for it? Oh, goodness, girl. This the hood class. We use what we got around here. Don't judge us. Judge your granny. Where is... Don't judge us. Judge your granny. And they in there in the... Y'all, I'm gonna go get it. Give me a second. Because y'all done bought like 17,000 of them. So I would need to have at least one in. Hold on. Got a box of office supplies in the living room, side of the couch, and I ain't brought none of that stuff back in here because I still ain't built a shelf that need to go right there to put all the office supply on. But we just gonna move on today. Okay, that's what we're gonna do. Let's see how this work out. Okay, there we go. And then I use the towel at the end of this. At least I still got them, y'all. They here. They just packed up. Maybe if I use what y'all sent me, I wouldn't have to work so hard on it. Right? Look at that. Okay. We in there. Okay. And then, oh, well, you might want to have the right piece up there. Sorry, y'all. Oh, that's magnetic. Got it. Hold on. I still don't like it when it be super flick. Okay, here we go. Now, we on the magic school bus. Okay. Y'all ready to go on the magic school bus? Put on your seatbelt. Put on your seatbelt. Mrs. Frizzle is in the building. Okay. Oh shoot. I don't know if this really matters because we ain't writing no words. Okay, but we gonna do it for y'all anyway. You said inhale me. Here we go. All right. So, and I'm not an artist. Don't come for me. I do the best that I can. Here we go. So we got this base here, right? See, that still ain't dry all the way. Come on. Right? This your base. Can y'all see that? It's light. Let's try black. Hold on. Uh-oh. Let's try this one. Okay. That's a little bit better. All right. Can y'all see that? Can y'all? I know y'all see my door back there, but can y'all see this? Can you see it now? Do I need to come closer? It's not much space in here because people like to just keep on sitting stuff here and then I don't have no space to move around in here. It ain't like it used to be. So which way? This way. Got it. Okay, now y'all can see it. And now y'all can see both of them things back there too. It is what it is. This is the hood school. Okay, if you got a pen and paper, can you please grab it? Is it gonna be this way? This way. Oh. Okay. Can you grab it? Because you need a pen and paper or a little something to jot this down on, okay? Okay. So this right here is 0 to 14. Okay? In your life. Right? 0 to 14 are really the most powerful years in a person's life. Right? About 0 to 14. And sometimes if you can't catch a person before 0 to 14, it's hard for them to change. Right? No? Depending on how their trauma was dealt with. Okay? No? We agree? Because by about 14, you're kind of able to go off on yourself, choose your own friends, choose the situations that you're in, so forth and so on, right? And if you haven't been taught good decision-making skills between 0 and 14, it could go kind of crazy, right? Depending on the influence that you have from 0 to 14, this is going to shape your life. Now, God can change it always, but this time is going to shape your life. Okay? Okay. So this is the foundation. Can I ask you a question? Is this also tied to pain for a lot of people? Most times if you talk about to a person, most of their trauma, if they start out telling you about their life, it happens between 0 and 14. Okay. Do you believe that God is the great architect? But Satan calls himself the great architect as well. That's why Masons are builders. Am I wrong? Nope, I'm not. Because they mimic the mysteries of the cosmos and the mysteries of the builders. They mimic all of that, right? And then the angels came here and they started being the master builders. Yes, and they built their own foundations on top of what God already made and used his stuff to talk crazy, but that's another day. Okay, so 0 to 18, this is where your pain most times started in your life. 0 to 14. So your foundation, right? If we do a brick lay, right? Right? If we do, this is the craziest brick lay. It is what it is. So, if we do a brick lay, right? Some of your early bricks have a P in them. Some of them have an L for love. This is pain. Some of them have a T for trust. I hope you're doing this. Hello? Do you got your paper out? L is for love. You said this is deep. Well, come on in, pumpkin, because we got to get to it. Okay? Okay. L is for love. P is for pain. T is for trust. Okay? Some people's bricks, we're going to put an A for abuse. Okay? Can't forget the R for rejection. Now, this A can go for abandonment or abuse. Because sometimes you were abused by the people, the parents that felt abandoned by your other parent. So this is a double A here. It could be abuse or abandonment. Yes? In 0 to 14? Huh? Yeah? Okay. Y'all right over there? Do we need to take this? Y'all need a minute? Is stuff coming to your mind? Because you can do this exercise with scenarios that you feel like you can't let go. Stuff that still bothers you in your mind that happened to you and you feel some type of way about it. You can do this on the paper and put those scenarios in the bricks. Thank you, Hasmata. Okay? Because you're building something, but what is, maybe if you do a physical representation of it on your paper, a visual, it'll help you understand why you need to chisel those bricks out and throw them out. Because it's making your foundation weak. Okay? Y'all with me? Now, because these are not weak bricks, they're not cheaply made, they are made out of the finest materials. Even though there are some not so good bricks on here, they was all made in the same, they have the same chemical makeup and all of that. They were fired perfectly. There was no cracks, there was no air bubbles, there was no nothing. This right here, the bricks is good. Right? But some of them, maybe you think they've been misplaced. A quarry. Thank you. Okay? So look. If your pain fuels your purpose, then Even if I don't take these bricks out and I just leave them, I should now be able to come in, right? And tether my purpose up here. I don't have to stay low, because sometimes the water or different things, you don't always have to tear the whole foundation of the house out. Sometimes you can go in and put a sealant over the original foundation. No? Hello? When the foundation is leaking and it's water coming in from the walls that are, you can seal the foundation. So you're not going to tear it out because it's still good. It's just got a few cracks in it. So then you seal it up with some type of sealant that keeps the water out and the bugs and all of those things. A second coating seal. Interesting. Like a second chance at life. That's good. A second coating seal. Boom. Okay? Your second chance to start over. God is going to use all of this, but that's sealed. You don't got to go through that anymore. But it's going to be an amazing foundation for the bricks you lay for the other people that come by and see you, and you say, I used to do this and I used to do that and I was that person and I. No, I can't believe it. No, come on, sit down and talk to me, because I'm going to show you. See, in 92 I was here, in 94 I was there, and then I was locked up, and then I was all alone, and I was homeless, and but you don't look like it right now. Your house is so in order and you so confident, and you, oh, no. See, that came from when I didn't have no money, God sent somebody. Because he's omnipresent. So it's some O's in here that I didn't even know. Oh, okay. A joy. Because he saw my foundation up, he actually scripted it. Here we go. See, you thought it was some bricks that didn't have nothing. Omnipresent. You heard me? Omnipresent. He was in the midst of your foundation. When he came into your life and he said, I can give you a new one, that was your second coating seal, your second chance at life. But you cannot live in this home, this new happy home that's free of all the stuff, without this foundation. Hello. Your pain is tied to your purpose. You don't have to go through your mama not loving you no more. You don't have to go through the husband that cheated. You don't have to go through the abuse. You don't have to go through drug addiction if you don't want to. You don't have to, but you do have to use that foundation to draw others to Christ. So if you walking around here feeling like you don't have no purpose, maybe it's because you lying about your life. Or you hiding it. I'm going to just use this to block myself just in case there's some crazy people in here today. I don't got no time for crazy folks. I didn't come for that today. I did not. I'm going to just leave that alone. Y'all know where that's going. Oh, remember I told you, you can't stay fake around me long? Who remembers me telling y'all that? Fake people don't like being around me. They will skedaddle. Hello. Remember I told you? I said you can't be fake and be around circle. It ain't gonna work. We gonna deal with the real of all. You'll be the realest you ever been, being around here in real life. And I ain't talking about real silly and real crash outy. I'm talking about real wise, real aware, real in love with the God that gave you a second chance. Oh, okay. Real happy, real smart, real creative, real full of love, real full of smiles, real full of a whole bunch of real stuff. You said what? Oh, real full of information to help not just one person, but a whole bunch of people. Real freak. Ooh, joy. Say it again for the people in the back. Real free, real joyful. Shoot. Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. I said you can keep on getting what the world got to offer, or you can come over here and see something else, but it's real, real good, sweet. It's real, real good. Uh-oh, Auntie said real peace. Oh. And Auntie, can you tell me how old you are, please, for the people in the back? Huh? Because people might not think that's nothing. But if you live a long time and you never had peace and you get it at the end of your life, oh, it's different. 61. 61 and she feeling real peace. Uh-huh. This. Yes, gotta let go and let God. Uh-oh, a whole blessing. Come on. Listen, this is the thing. What you focus on becomes your forever. Maybe that's why God told us to focus on him more than anything in this world. You said 31. Come on. Did you hear what I said? Whatever you focus on becomes your forever. So if you like drama and chaos and yelling and screaming and just a whole bunch of like folks torturing people and laughing at people, you're going to enjoy hell. Because it's going to be loud and screaming and hollering and heated moments all the time. And the COs that are there are going to laugh in the faces of the people that they are tormenting. While blood and other fluids are being slung around and flesh and everything else. You mean like everything that's happening when folks run up to people's houses and blood is being spilled in the street and folks' eyes is messed up and hair is snatched and it's, you know, they got scars and stuff. You mean that? Crazy. But if that is what fuels your fire, that's what's going to fuel your fire. My kids don't never check to see if I'm online or nothing. They never, ever, ever check to see if I'm online. Good morning. I'm in class. I love you. Bye. Your scarf is cute. Let me see your scarf. Now, see, we might be able to do something. Oh, no. But that matched my teal shoes. So you just asked for my scarf I had on the other day. Don't worry about it. Yep, I see it. Bye. She said good morning, y'all. Bye, girl. You see how they don't ever want to give me my, they always want my stuff, but when I say, hey, that match my shoes, no, you can't have it. Oh, okay, y'all selfish. Because I sure got some shoes that'll match that perfect. Don't worry about it. I'll get it when I get down there next time. Y'all seen them shopping in my house. She walked out with the most. She the one that got the vintage Gucci bag. And then you go, I can't even, you didn't give more than $9 for that scarf, girl. The heck? More, right. She said, tell everybody I said good morning, bye. Yeah, okay. Raggedy self. It's true. No. She had to make a good 3 trips to that car with the stuff she was walking up out here with. No, you didn't. No, you didn't. You did not do that. You didn't. You didn't. You didn't. Anyway, so That's your foundational exercise. Okay? All the situations that are still troubling your mind, I need you to put them on bricks. It's too funny because I do that to my mom. I know y'all do. I know. I know y'all do. I know y'all do. God only brings me people out and been around already before. That's why I start telling y'all I seen y'all before. I seen y'all. I seen y'all before. I seen all of y'all before. Even though I ain't never seen you in the flesh, I done seen you in the spirit. And in them kids, and in my cousins, and in my mama, and in my daddy, and in the people that I dated. I done seen a lot of y'all before. Don't I be walking through y'all dreams in the spiritual realm? Ain't that what y'all tell me? I be in your dream yelling at you and telling you something to do. Hello, y'all done seen me in the spirit too. Oh, you said and do. Oh, okay. Okay then. Okay. So y'all, we have seen each other in the spirit. Now I have a dream and I can't see the face and come on here and tell y'all the story. Y'all be like, oh my God, this is happening to me. Oh, okay, so it was you. I was at your house. Oh, okay. Micah, why you say, oh wow, oh it's real? That's why I don't just be touching a whole bunch of people and stuff. No, no, no. No, 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 no. You said a fly on the wall. Listen, and do. And that's why I don't be just touching people like that. No. Mm-mm-mm. And that's why I don't just be letting people touch me, because that's a real thing. Hey, Pumpkin. Good morning. We over here. You just missed the exercise. If you want to rewind back for about 9 minutes and then come jump in, I think you'll be happy. Maybe 10 minutes. If you can rewind back. Okay, just go back 15 minutes. I think you gonna look at her like, how you just put me out? Because it's important. Okay. I think it's gonna be good for you. Listen. So this is another reason why y'all. That's so crazy though. Ooh wee! I told y'all, I said people do that. I'm always telling somebody what to do. I said just do it. Yeah, yeah, me either. Mm-mm, mm-mm. I believe in energy a lot. I believe in energy. I believe in all of that, and not like in the mysticism, whatever. No, God says test the spirit by the spirit. Period. Here we go. I tell people I don't like nobody touching me in real life. For what? What you need to do that? Tell me what you need to do that. Yeah, these glasses. I don't know what's going on. Anyway, so that's your homework for today. Part of it. That's the internal stuff. Y'all know we have like our reading and then we have, you know, that other stuff. We always working on a lot of assignments at a lot of time, many at one time. But the cool thing is you're working on several areas in your life at one time. No? Because sometimes we can get fixated on one thing, but you can't do that over here. You got to work on a whole bunch of stuff all at one time. Mm-hmm. Several different things. But guess what? That's how this 3.5 years went so quickly. Most times when people think of 3 years of school, they do not think about how it went like this. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Anything you miss, you can get it on YouTube at the replays under the live tab. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And look how much you learned. And I'm not even just talking about the stuff you learned here, because y'all got notebooks full of stuff. I already know. Y'all research. I'll be thinking y'all done left class, and it be because y'all be looking up stuff. I'm like, oh, I forgot. They're researchers. I gotta give them a minute. Because they not just looking at the first thing. Now they going through. They can click on pictures. They looking and seeing numbers. All of that. Like, I love it here. I really do love when y'all do that. It makes me very proud. Because it was a lot of people that first came in here and they was like, yeah, I just be listening. You ain't just listening no more. You be having your books out. 3 years of school and still learning at 60 years old. Come on, Selena. Okay, so Selena, I didn't know you was auntie. Auntie? Okay. I had to call my cousin and do some research, laugh out loud. I'm back though. See? Okay, right on there it said, listen. We got that kind of class around here and do. You cannot tell me that life is not more fulfilling now that you have access to more information. Maybe some of you used to just go with whatever whoever said because you didn't really know. And now you be like, calling them. They be like, what you doing? I'm looking it up. What you mean? I'm about to look it up. I just want to know for sure. I mean, I ain't saying you wrong. I just want to make sure. Is it something wrong with me going to look for myself? You got a problem with that? Oh, okay. Because if you do, I'm wondering, why are you trying to keep information from me? I ain't even asking you to give it to me. You didn't just send me, give me one little word. I'll make it over there. You said taught several friends how to look up things. Come on. That was you. Listen. Y'all said y'all, no. Folks want you to be uninformed. That's not happening over here. You gonna be able to get to the information you need to get to. And we ain't holding nobody back. Excuse me. Why should you be the only one with the information? Oh, okay. Just because I didn't go to college and have a degree don't mean, what is wrong with you? So I just can't know nothing because I didn't go to college? Is you crazy? With all this information out here. And what I mean by that is, it's a lot of pastors that feel like if you can't get the information from nowhere but what they deem acceptable. Is you crazy? And then God let somebody make the internet. Oh, okay. And libraries. And all kinds of places to find book sales, bookstores, garage sales. Oh, he gonna get the information to me while you trying to keep it from me. Hello. Anyway, moving on. There's that. People is crazy. Didn't used to look up nothing, just believe what they said because of their position. You don't do that no more, do you? Look at my son. You hear me? Y'all wonder why the reference come over here and be trying to get me out of here. Because now, see, when I said, okay, so after learning here, you might not be as comfortable in the settings that you used to be in. Or they might not be comfortable with you being there after you being here a while. Y'all remember I had this conversation with y'all? You said nope and don't. Okay. So when I said, hey, they might put you out after you get in there and get the boot bopping them on the head with this information, and they ain't going to be able to dispute it either. They might get loud, they might get aggressive, and watch out because they might swing on you. Because you are now challenging what they know. But it's right in their face. And I said, you're going to be able to go back to the KJV. You said, I did. And as soon as they say no, you're going to say, yeah, it's right here. And then it's right here too. And then it's right here too. And so do you believe the Bible or do you not? Like, tell me. You said they did. I'm out, but I'm good. No. How many of you can answer questions about what happened with Adam and Eve? The first people. We ain't even taking it all the way to Jesus. We ain't even doing that. How many of you can go to a person and say, you know that Adam did that same thing? Did you know that Eve did the same thing? Like, I want to read something to you. Foundation. You can, Joy? You can? You can take people that might be cheating on their spouse or whatever, or a woman that is always putting herself out there and she's married, you can take her and say, sis, I love you, but guess what? Like, if you don't go to heaven, like, this is the... You can talk to your homegirl that be throwing that thing around and say, you might want to read Judges 19. Girl, what you talking about? You ain't heard the story. You said they don't want to listen. Well, stop saying that they do. Okay? They don't be wanting to listen, but because you know what? Okay. And I'm paraphrasing. Y'all know the scripture where it said basically they are forever learning, but they still don't come to the knowledge of God. Like they still don't get it. The wife that couldn't get enough. Ooh, uh-oh. Right? They've been in church 60 years, 50 years, and they still don't believe that the angels had organs that produce children. You don't even believe the first 6 books of the Bible. Somebody came in here the other day, and the very thing that I used to tell y'all that they would say, they said. Somebody said it was extra people outside the garden. Where did they get that lie from? Who heard me say that in the beginning? When I first started teaching y'all about Adam and Eve, and we started to but when I first came on here, didn't I tell y'all that's what people was going to say? You remember, Joy? 3.5 years ago, I said, you will hear pastors saying that God had other people outside the garden that came from another place. And who knows that that is not true now? You said that's crazy because you heard it before. Who knows? Who can raise your hand and say that is not how that happened? And you can go to Jubilees and Jasher and different books and show them, wait a minute, Adam and Eve had 53 or 63 kids. What is you talking about? And they lived for 900 and this many years. And 900, like, what? They only give you 2 bloodlines on most of the maps. But even in your King James Version Bible, right when Adam died, it says that he had other sons and daughters. Oh. So why, if even in the first book of the Bible, Reverend, are you making up stories and they right there in your face? You hear me? Make that make sense. And now you have people repeating these lies. That's crazy. Because the book of the Jubilees and the lost books have been in libraries forever. They were under the biblical history section. The lost books. For all of these years. But they were just put in a different place. So were you seeking? Because if everything is right in front of you, you don't got to look for it. You said they regurgitate what others say, never studying to show themselves approved. Hello. What is seek and find? Come deeper, go higher. To go higher, you have to climb. You cannot stay where you're at. To go deeper, you have to walk down into something or dig your way through something. So then how are you going higher in God and you still reading the same scriptures? You ain't studied nothing deeper than what's on the surface. You still on the surface talking about you going higher in God and then climb one mountain. You don't even know how to put a harness together or whatever you call that thing. You ain't got no picks or nothing. Do you understand me? Like, how you getting up the mountain? You ain't even got the tools. How you going deeper in God to find something and you ain't got no scuba diving gear or no cave gear or nothing. You ain't got a headlight or nothing. You just walking in the dark. Right. Got it. Okay. Simple. Jasher. This in the beginning of the Bible. Okay? The book of the wars of the Lord and the books of the kings. Not the kings that's in there, it's other ones. It's all kinds of books and names in your KJV that lead you to the lost books that we read. That's how I got there. And I was raised apostolic Pentecostal. Okay? My whole entire life. So I know. But there would be pastors that would come every once in a while, no matter what church I went to, and they would say stuff, and I'm like, that is not in here. As a kid, because I was reading, what, this ain't in here. Where did they get that information from? But they would never talk about where they got it, and you really can't go up and ask. Oh, I used to wonder how they knew certain contexts that it wasn't in there. I asked the bishop of my church why he don't teach it, but he didn't feel it was necessary. Do you think it's necessary, natural tree? Who thinks the lost books are necessary? Did it not change y'all life? Because I didn't start teaching y'all really out of the regular Bible for the most part of the time we was here. We was in the lost books. But every time we was in the lost books, did it not take us back to the KJV? If we was reading Josephus, it took us back to the KJV. If we read, even us reading about Norse mythology took us back to Genesis. And the Nephilim and the tree of Mamre where Abraham them sat. Oh, there is nothing that we have read that has not led us back to the Bible. Every single thing. He told me it was good I'm reading, but he lost me with the not necessary. Listen here. Okay. Can I ask you a question? This is Pride Month, right? This is Pride Month, right? Where people transform into who they feel like they are on the inside. Yes or no? And they proudly display that. Yes or no? In front of everybody. Parades and so forth. Okay. Y'all remember when Lucifer and his brothers transformed themselves into beautiful women in the book of Adam and Eve? And it says that they were more beautiful than Eve, did it not? Okay. Do y'all remember when they came up like mermaid folks, mermen and merwomen, and did the first corn for him to see? And it was out in the open, and it was just him and Eve. And it said Adam's heart was set on fire with something he had never felt before. Oh boy stood up. He was like, whoa, wait a minute, what is this? Do y'all remember? So when people say it's not in the Bible, it's not in the Bible that you read. It ain't in the Bible that you read, but the rest of it's a space. Is it not? It ain't in the Bible that they read. But yes, people transitioning, and then people doing certain, and I'm not just saying because it's straight people that do this too, okay? But certain acts and things being done in front of the people, all of this is it's in the Bible. Like, y'all try to make people feel like it's not in there. Yes, it is. It's just not in the one you read. And this is why I can minister to people that are from all different walks of life and everything, because I've actually read the rest of it. So I don't, do you understand me? No, I can take a lot of people to the start of what they feel like is new or whatever. No, 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 no. It's not in the Bible, but it is. It's just not in the Bible. Your version. Now there were several versions before that. Several. Where these same things happened. If nothing is new under the sun, that means that we ain't seen nothing that ain't already touched down on this earth before. But as a minister, God said he was taking you to the world, not just the world you like to look at, not just the world that you feel is right. He said, I'm going to take you to the lost, to the confused, to the homeless, to the broken, to the sick, to the mentally ill, to the whatever. These are the people I'm taking you to. Not just the church folks, not just the people that you like the way that they look. He said it's easy to love on people that love on you, but is it easy to love on people that's doing you dirty, or if you feel like you can't trust, or they don't live the life that you live? He said that's where my love show up at. Can you love a witch? And no, she used to do magic, because we have people that came in here and say, oh yeah, I was raised as a high priestess, my grandmother started teaching me words at 3, oh yeah, my whole family did witchcraft, blase blase, and thought I was gonna say, get out of here, demon. I said, get your notebook and sit down. Do you want to learn? What do that got to do with what we reading in here? We had some people come in and say, I'm gay. I said, do you got a pen and paper? Well, I'm transitioning. Do you got a book and a pen and paper? Y'all keep talking. Look, what you do with your parts, that don't have nothing to do with me. I'm only going to have to give an account for what I did with mine. Lord Jesus. Come by here, dear Lord. Come by. I don't care. My opinion is not the opinion you need to be worried about, honey. My POV don't put you in heaven or hell. Okay? This is what you... Now, I'm going to teach what my daddy say. Do you understand me? I don't got the... Because, baby, I got my own checklist I'm trying to get him to, like, cross stuff out on. I don't... All I want to know is, do you want to learn about God? That's all I want to know. He going to do what he need to do in your life, because we all were born in sin and shaped in iniquity. And people try to focus in on certain things, but no, baby, that ain't how we work. And I think that's why a lot of people over here, their lives have gotten better, because we've been focused on all the ugly. All of it. Cried ugly tears, and we dealt with it. We actually held mirrors up to our face and said, God, show me myself. Because I keep getting in these same situations, and I'm blaming everybody else, but in reality, I ain't checked me yet. This class, this university, this place, I don't want to say forced, because that's a bad word, but we opened up the doors for you to look at you. And it all started with just studying. And then little bitty exercises here and there. And look at how beautiful y'all harvest is. You said clear the cobwebs. Come on, auntie. We listen and we don't judge. And y'all probably thought that was a fake thing when y'all came here. And this is one of the safest places on the internet. So technically in the world. Because people all around the world be over here and do. And two, this is one of the safest places in the world. Literally. Crazy. Maybe that's why God let us have all the world maps all around. We didn't even know that He was about to enlarge our territory in 2022. This confirmation carried me through so many rough and important times in my life. Listen, Janelle. It's a real thing. You said, I love it over here. Me too, Auntie. Listen. 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 This is the thing. People want to see if they in the Bible. Everybody in there. The forefathers of every single thing that you see are in the Bible. Now, all of the books are not in the KJV, so you have to go seeking and finding. But everything that you see now, it already was here. Let me ask you a question. Do you think that when Jesus went to the wedding, that there were people that were LGBTQ? Do you think that it was LGBTQ people following Jesus? Do you think that he went and sat down by the transgender woman or man and said, how you doing today? Do you? He did. Because he was God in the flesh. He made this person. I knew you before I formed you in your mother's womb. I knew that you were going to transition before you ever made it here. I knew that certain situations that happened to you or secrets that's been passed down in your family was going to come up in you. I already knew. I already knew that the facial structure that I gave you, you would be able to be androgynous. I already knew that. But maybe I'm testing the love of the people around you too, with you. Do they only love you in secret? Do they only support you in secret? Understand that all situations that come into your life is to shape you too. Hello. Oh, y'all thought God didn't know? If nothing is new under the sun, that means when Jesus was walking the earth, every single type of person that you see now was here then. But we get to try to pick what we feel is sin and what ain't sin. But God said all of us was born in it. So make that make sense. Whatever you feel is sinful, somebody else might not, right? Now, neither one of our opinions matter because God made the rules about sin. Hello. This is why he said don't judge. But there could be something that you do that make a person sick to their stomach that you don't know. Or that they see you doing. Like if you walk into a store and you see somebody being rude, but you used to work in customer service and you remember how that used to make you feel, you be like, so you're just gonna walk around full of strife? That's what you're gonna do? Oh, okay. All right. Because strife is a sin. You like to get under people's skin, that's strife. Oh, I just caught up and woo. That was such a good lesson. Okay, hey, okay, well, we back in here now. I figured you would need, because you're doing a lot over there, and you need exercises, so I figured that might help, because you putting your feet down on the ground. Okay. Hey, classy lady. So, you can judge whoever you want to, but when you understand that all your business, you, sister and brother sanctified, you know we gonna know every bit of it. Not just from what you got say. No. He gonna open the books, and it's a whole arena. Everybody gonna hear everybody business. So just because we didn't see it out in the open what you was doing, don't mean we ain't gonna know. And it's gonna be on like TiVo. He gonna be able to rewind it back, and we gonna hear and see like a movie. Yep. The words is literally gonna materialize off the page. You know how they do? They be reading a book, and then all of a sudden the screen comes up, and you're now watching the movie, but he's narrating that. Judgment is not my job. I leave it at this. And that's exactly what I needed. Thank you so much. I was like, hold up, CERCA been in here. This baby wasn't even in class. And did you see what? Well, you'll get to it probably later. We was just talking about me being in people's house in the spirit, yelling at folks and telling them, and just, yeah, that. And then you came right in and said it. You see how that works? She been out watching the exercise that we just did on the board, so she wasn't even in here for that. You see how God do? Every time it makes me feel good. Y'all see that? I've been trying to. Y'all see that? This hand is. Y'all see that? Them muscles is tight. They moving them fingers. You see? Like a piano, like strings. Y'all realize that our hand is set up like piano strings, though? You said open our eyes. Listen. Do y'all know that? Y'all realize that? The tendons and ligaments and muscles that you move, it's just like if you were to open the piano up and do them strings, it's gonna move the keys. Did y'all know that? If you look at the muscle structure and then it all connects at a joint, and then y'all just seen it move. I'm not moving. I'm not moving. This is the muscles moving my fingers, and they tight. So you said I just watched the exercise part. That's all I needed you to watch. And then you gonna go back and watch the rest of it. See how God do? A lot of things are molded after our bodies and the nature around us. All of the things, like you got to look deeper into everything. Because think about it. A piano normally, right, is wide, small at the back, and then it goes out like your hand. This is like the shape of it's normally small, and then the strings go out, and it gets wider as it gets closer to where you're going to see it. You mean like your hands spread out when they going to touch something? And it's all of those strings are encased in something like this. Interesting. Ain't that crazy? Simple things. But if you'd be like, wait a minute, that look like the tendons and ligament in the hand, and then they go out to certain keys. Certain muscles go to certain fingers that do certain things. Ain't that crazy? Crazy, right? Anyway, so we've been in here about 1:10. Be right back. You're gonna need your regular, because we're gonna be a couple of different places today. But he always take over the class like he wants to in the beginning, so we just gonna do what we gonna do. And if we get to it, we get to it. If we don't, we don't. That's where we at right now. Okay? Y'all all right with that? Y'all gonna send that the brick exercise to somebody? An easy way to do that too is, if we got an artist in here that can draw it up for us and do the base, is the 0 to 18 years, and then do bricks in there so that people can put it we can put it on a PDF or something. If we got an artist in here that want to kind of a cleaner version of that. But I think it'll be a good exercise even for the people at your job that come to work and ruin your day every day. Okay. And this could be good even for people that are in management. It's a good exercise for orientation. But not the emotional stuff, just your work ethic and what bricks you have to use to build so that you can build a good foundation with the company, and then what skills will you use? That'll be the bricks that you're building. You said, yes, of course, this will be sent out immediately after class. Okay, so if you're in management and you can't get certain people together, they just keep kind of going and get them foundational bricks of what the job is. So I say, Skip, what your skills are, and see how that's going to help you build a new foundation for the raise, for the blah, blah, blah. Like that could be used for kids in school, for my teachers. Y'all got some summer school students, good exercise. And if y'all got foam blocks, ooh, good, 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 good. You know, because sometimes people are visual people. So if you got them foam blocks and you can write like sticky, have them do something you can peel off so you can keep reusing it. But that's classy lady, there you go. What are the bricks, the foundational bricks for success in the class this year, blah blah blah. Might be even be a good first day class exercise. You know what I mean? And you can pick some words that are good and let them try to build up something with the blocks, maybe 2 or 3 people together. I don't know how y'all gonna do it, but I know God will give it to y'all. Especially if you in management, you go and then at the teachers thing too, just so you can see who you dealing with, who gonna be slacking and make your job hard for the next year. You see, I'll be right back. Excuse me, y'all. You said you should never leave these classes empty-handed. I always have something new to reflect on. That makes me excited. Put it in your basket or your pocket for later. That makes me happy because we've had a lot of classes, and the fact that every single one of them you can take something away, even if it's something small, that makes me feel really good. It does. That makes me feel really good, honestly. But again, that kind of goes along with what I was telling y'all about your pain is connected to your purpose. So if you walking around here fake, that's why you always mad. Fake people, it is hard to. Who remembers me telling you it's hard to be fake? In the very beginning of these classes, I told y'all, I said, hey, if you a fake person, it's not you're not gonna make it over here. You're gonna be irritated all the time. Y'all remember I used to say that? Back 3.5 years ago. I used to say if you fake, you're not gonna like it over here. You either gonna change or you gonna go away. You said it's very exhausting being fake. Living 2 lives is hard. You said I go back to the old classes all the time. That's our South African student. Hey, Pumpkin, thank you for the information. Because we definitely needed it. I told everybody what you said. Yep, can't be fake. You ain't gonna last or change. Listen, I told you, only the toughest is gonna survive over here. If you really want something different and you really tired of living, The way that you are, stay around for a little while and pick it up when you need it. This is like a what you call it, a buffet. You pick up what you need. Don't eat what you don't need. You know what I'm saying? Don't eat. Don't. This. I'm not forcing nobody to do nothing. This is an open class. You leave when you want to. You come back when you want to. Just be on your best behavior while you here and keep a pen and paper. They do need a doctor. Good morning, Sarah. Good morning. You see what I'm saying? But when you want to live life intentionally and you want to be real and you want to be like genuinely happy and genuinely at peace and genuinely just whole, you'll do different. Even with ninjas that come in your life, I always say give them 3 months and they gonna show their true colors, especially if you asking the right questions. They won't be able to fake long. Girl, 30, 60, 90 days, baby. Who been using? And that's with friends too. Who been using it? I told y'all it worked. Baby, they can't. Fake folks can't last 90 days. Most times, they can't. You're welcome. You hear me? Listen. 30, 60, 90, baby, they'll get out your face. You ain't gonna have to be going through it. It cuts down on them ties that you used to get. And they get less and less. And that's with friends that ain't really your friends, baby. You ask them questions. Okay, so it is you. Let me go on and move on out. Let me go on and move on out. Probation period. Laugh out loud. Go on, get gone. Listen, get them every time it is. I told y'all. And my babies is using the 30, 60, 90 right now. I'm going to see what kind of, because it don't take 2 years to find out what type of person they is. God will let you know in the first 90 days if you paying attention. If that person only want to always, you don't need to see me. You can't talk to me for 30 days. Oh, okay, well, you might as well move around because you ain't about to see me in the next 30 days. We going to talk every day, though. And I don't got to see your background or nothing. I just need to hear how that voice change and how it sound in the morning and see what you're bringing into my life. Because you can meet a new person at work and oh, girl, you cool. Okay, here go my number. Oh, bro, let's hang out. And as soon as you start communicating with this person, you don't understand why you feel heavy. Because every time they talk to you, it's going to be some drama. It's going to be some craziness. It's going to be something. And you're not even realizing it. But this is why I journal about the conversations I have with people most times. Not all the time. But if it's something that stood out to me, oh yeah. Why people just don't listen, I don't know, Marie. Not blinded by the flesh. But looking in the spirit. We don't need to see each other at all. What that spirit look like, baby, that's my daughter. That's my daughter, clock it. And now you know, you don't need to see me. You need to talk to me. You can't talk to me. You don't plan on being around. Then I'm going to see if every time you call, if you asking me about my business. Not about me, about my business. It's a difference. Sometimes while they busy talking to you, God will say lies. Show. Listen, I have to control my face. I have to control my face. That's why, listen. Baby, I'll be able to try to control my face. Ooh, y'all see y'all know. You said you still work at me too. I said I'll be having to try to control it. Because, baby, them thoughts be right here. Y'all done seen it. Y'all know what all my facial expressions. You said my face tells on me every time. The Bible say whatever's on the inside of a person, it's going to show in the countenance of their face. Circle, you was in my head about a book I've been wanting to buy you. Said it was $50 and I got it for $15. You're welcome. You're welcome. You said be using every facial muscle. Will. You said you ain't never allowed to have to look away sometimes, not to hurt their feelings, baby. That's why that trend on TikTok is this right now. You say what you gotta say and then turn to the people. Not y'all. Shit. Been doing that. Y'all know I look over there. Hello? Who said that? And that's the whole trend. If y'all don't quit stealing my dang content, please and thank you. Wasn't nobody talking. Jeez, it's been 3 years. Like, oh man. Hello? Who said that? Y'all know? I said, now who done did? Who? Crazy. Listen. Yep, it's hot in here. I don't know why. Anyway, oh, because I ate that chocolate last night. That's why I had a real velvet cupcake and some carrot cake last night. Don't judge me. I had a half a red velvet cupcake and the other half of the carrot cake that they sell at the they be so good together. Mm-hmm. Mm-mm-mm. Carrot cake and red velvet together with the cream cheese. Just try it. And yes, it's a little greedy. Just don't get a big piece. So the next time you go to a place, if they got a carrot cake cupcake and they got a red velvet, just try it. Just put a little bit of both of them on the spoon. It'll make you real happy. It's good. I want to make a hummingbird cake. I never had one. What is that? I ain't never heard of a hummingbird cake that I know of, or I might know it by a different name. What is in it? What's in a hummingbird? It ain't soggy, is it? It can't be no soggy cake now, Sarah. You ain't pouring no liquid on it, are you? Like Kool-Aid or nothing. What is a hummingbird cake? Pecans, pineapple, like a spice cake. Oh, do you put whipped cream on the top? So it's like the mix of a carrot cake with pecans and stuff on it. Cause that's all the carrot cake mix is a spice cake. Oh, okay, yep. So you just take the carrots out and put pecans on it and pineapples. Got it. I feel like I've had this. Okay. No bananas. Yeah, no bananas. See, y'all lost me there. It won't be no bananas on mine. Now, I can do all the rest of that, but not no bananas. Bananas belong in banana pudding or banana cream pie. No. Don't put no bananas on mine if you make me some. Don't do that. No. Don't put the no, don't put the bananas in here. See, that's doing too much now. You make, no. Don't put the bananas in there. Not for mine. Don't do that. Bananas they belong in pies to me. And they don't belong in candy or nothing. Just like pies or, now I'll eat like bananas and ice cream that's fried with the brown sugar, but don't put no banana in, okay? Don't do that. I got some bourbon pecans. Gonna make a sweet baked potato. Ooh, with some brown sugar and cinnamon. Yeah, I like that. Butter and pecans on top. With the real butter running down through the thing. I do like banana bread, but that is bread, not cake. I make banana bread. Y'all know this. I gave y'all my chocolate recipe I be making. I make bread and cake is two different things. And you done already added pineapples and stuff on there. No, that's different. No. Cake is light and fluffy and And bread, my banana bread be heavy. You can down there slap a nigga with my banana bread. That's a different. It's too much. You got pineapples and bananas. It almost sounds like you done took everything from what you call that thing, a sundae, and put it in a cake. Pineapples and cherries and nuts and all of that. No, it's too. That's too much. Okay, no, yeah. The banana split. It sound a real banana splitty to me. Like you got all that. It's too much. Certain things just go. Certain things just go in certain places in my life, as you can see. Y'all can stay over there. That's fine. I ain't even gonna say it ain't gonna be good, but I just want to be doing it. It's too much going on for me. That's too much going on. It's banana and this and cherries and cakes and pie. That's too much. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It's making me nervous. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. It make me think of a fruit salad. The kind our grandmas used to make with the cans, and then they'll put that green pistachio something in there. And sometimes I could eat it, and sometimes I couldn't. But if I hit one of them soggy grapes, it was that whole dish was over. So take the grapes out of the fruit cocktail before you put it in there. And I can't. It's something else I don't want to take. That ambrosia salad, right. That. Just put nuts and cherries and pineapple in mine. All the rest of that extra stuff, throw it out. Keep the juice, but the rest of that stuff, throw it in the garbage. Yeah. Don't put it in there. Throw that mess in the garbage. Good morning, sister. Throw it in the garbage. They be doing too much. They be doing too much. I can't do it. Some of that is too much for me. I love y'all, and I'm sure it'll be tasty. But I would have to separate. I separate my pizza. I eat my fries one by one and put ketchup on them one by one. There's certain things I can do, and like you would think by me eating my fries and stuff like that I don't want my food touching. But that's not the case because my greens, macaroni and cheese, and whatever meat I'm gonna have with my cornbread and all of that, they gotta be mixed together. And I do mix my cornbread into my spaghetti. Not all of it at once, but I'm gonna take a piece of my cornbread, put it in my mouth, and then I'm gonna get some spaghetti, and I might give me a little bit of salad for the ranch and the crunch. All of that is gonna be on one. Don't let me make no lasagna. That's gonna be a deal. You hear me? But there's some things just like wet cake bread. I can't. And my cornbread can't be too soggy. I used to not let my food touch and laugh out loud. I'm a big girl now though. Yeah. Good. If you take your cornbread, but see, I don't make like my cornbread is kind of like cake. I told y'all what I do. If you take sugar, I'm sounding like Miss Netta, but we've been doing this. If you take, once you make your, even Jiffy, or whatever kind of cornbread you make, if you put just a little bit of sour cream in there, right? A little bit. Substitute some of the milk or whatever for sour cream. And then you put your little sugar in there. And then on the top, are you trying to tell me what to do? I'm going to eat what I want to eat. God said as long as I pray over it and bless it, I'm good. Don't tell me what to do. You worry about your throat and your stomach, and I'm going to worry about mine. I'm 45 years old. I'm going to eat what I want to eat. I'm going to pray over it like he told me and do what I want to. Now, you worry about your stomach and your a-hole and what's coming out of it. You can't tell nobody what to eat and what not to eat. It's crazy. God gave us our own stomachs. Mine ain't connected to yours. You shouldn't worry about what I'm putting in it. Just crazy. I didn't know our rectums were connected. The plants is getting humans sprayed on them. What's the difference? You might want to look up liquid cremation and crops while you yelling at me talking about go vegan. You ain't even vegan because they spraying human bodies on your stuff. Oh. I'll be right back. I don't like when people try to tell me what to do, especially with my stomach, and God didn't give it to you. Folks, it's crazy. Yeah, people is crazy. You said, well, that's one way to start the morning, I guess. Girl, you know folks be over here messing with me. I don't know why either. I don't go messing with nobody. Okay. I got you. So, you put like a fourth of a cup of, not a fourth. Yeah, maybe a fourth. You'll kind of judge. Whipped cream, I mean, not whipped cream. Sour cream in there, right? And you put like, I like mine sweet. Me and my kids, we do sweet cornbread. So, I put about a fourth of a cup, a half a cup of sugar. You just depending on how much you make it, right? So you mix that up, put your egg in there, whatever. And then once you put it in your pan, okay, you just take a spoon, 1 tablespoon, and just sprinkle it over. Now, if you're making a big pan, and I know you like, no, listen. You sprinkle it over the top, a light coat, just like dusting, right? Bake it, and then as soon as it come out, take your melted butter and pour it over there, y'all. When I tell y'all, the crust on the cornbread is gonna be so stupid. It's so like, and my daughter, my oldest daughter, is the one that came up with this recipe. I can't even take it for my own. Now I always put sugar in mine, but one time when she was like 9 or 10, she made the cornbread. We was taking to a barbecue, and I said, because she was like, Mom, how much sugar? And I said, Lisa, da 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 da, right? Babe, yours come out dry. Oh no, you don't do it right, baby girl. No. Okay, it won't after this. It won't. I'm trying to tell you, it won't after this. Mix in a little honey in the butter. But you don't even need it in batter. But listen, I'm trying to tell you. Listen, you just do a light coat and not heavy, and then as soon as it comes out, you pour your butter on there. Gone. Corn. I used to have to make big pet baby done for. It's out. The sour cream helps with the. Listen, stupid cornbread, and you can make it with Jiffy. You can make it. You put a light coating of sugar on the top when you're baking it, and then as soon as it comes out, you melt your butter and you pour it over the top and just let it sit. Girl, baby, make you whatever food you gonna make. I'm talking about folks will be going back just to get the cornbread. That was the first pan when we took it to this barbecue. Everybody was asking who made the cornbread, and I said she did. You said BBU, Big Backs Unite. I'm trying to tell you, you can eat it with breakfast in the morning. Fry you some ham, some eggs, or whatever your breakfast meat is. Baby, listen. Talking about whole, you can make it with, listen, I'm hungry. I want to try it on sweet potato cornbread. Of course, you can do this exact thing. Yes. Yes. Listen, fire. Changed the whole, like, cause I'm I know different places make cornbread differently, but where I'm from, like, this how my aunties made it. And then I would go, and you go to some places and they give you that real thick dry cornbread. It be all crumbly. It ain't like this cornbread. When you push down on it, it's gonna come back up. I'm hungry. Listen, oh, you said, you're welcome. I love the corner piece too. I showed y'all. If you a corner piece person, I showed y'all my corner piece brownie pan. Perfect for corners. All of the pieces got corners on them. If I can get you a corner piece brownie pan, and you can make the cornbread in there. I like corner pieces too. It looked like a zigzag. They got a couple different ones now, but the one I have, it looks like a zigzag, and everything got a corner. Ain't no middle parts that don't got the crunchy stuff on the outside. Oh yeah. I told you I like food. And all of my kids and stuff like the corners too. So then we had to remedy that, because I'm not gonna keep missing out on the corners. So everybody can get a quarter. Or at least the outside is crisp like the corners. So yeah, it's great. You said, "Oh, we never gonna be summer body ready." Well, I don't know. In moderation is what the Bible says. Moderation. You ain't gotta eat all of it. You can just eat a little bit, and then go back later and eat a little bit more. Later is in a few hours, so that you've already burned that off. But when you make stuff, okay. Remember when I told y'all, once I learned, well, first my cousin put me on, because she's Muslim, and she put me on to just different ways to eat and things that are not good for your body, blah, blah, blah. This when I was like 20. Well, she started when I was like 14, 15. And I would go places with her and eat, like, holistic places and things like that, where they had co-ops and stuff, and they made the food there and whatever. So at 21 or 22, 23, I was pregnant with my last baby. And I would be at work, and I would just get these sharp pains in my stomach. This is when I still ate ground beef. Okay, I ate ground beef. I made my lasagna with ground beef. I made everything with ground beef. Well, my kids would be constipated too, or we all had a whole bunch of digestion problems. You got all the recipes though. Now I'm hungry. You know we eat, girl. You know we eat. Yeah, I do. Bacon is one of my favorite things. I pray over everything I'm gonna eat. I eat fish. Now I don't eat no lima beans. Mm-mm. And I don't eat pig feet. I won't eat that. I don't like it. I don't want no pig ears or snout or tail. Okay, I come from my family had hogs, so yeah, I do eat pork. My family raised pigs. hmm Yeah, yeah. I eat a pork chop every once in a while, but some sausage will smash. Do you like beef bacon? Whatever kind of bacon you like. I used to eat turkey bacon and all that. That's where I was going. So look, um, you were a corner person too, Rika? Yeah, me too. Okay, so this is the thing, right? Um, oh my God, just made me forget what I was going to say. Oh, I kept having these stomach problems, and my kids, my son was about 6 at that time, 5 or 6. My daughter was about 4, and so it would, mommy, my stomach hurt, my stomach hurt, my stomach hurt. And my cousin, my older cousin, she came one time and she was like, you need to start substituting um, your beef for ground turkey, right? And I was like, and she was like, just try it. And I told this story before. So for like 6 months, I didn't even realize, right? And she called me one day and she was like, "How your stomach been?" I'm like, "What you mean?" She was like, "You still be having them cramps and stuff and all of that in your stomach?" I'm like, "No." And the kids, they ain't had no constipation or none of that stuff. I'm like, and my kids drank plenty of orange juice. It wouldn't really be constipation. Their stomachs would just like always be upset, right? Mine too. Well, then I found out that I can eat double the portion of turkey. So if I got 1 cup of ground beef that I can eat 2 cups of ground turkey So you mean I get to be greedy and go back and it's only half the fat? Oh, it's a wrap. And you know what? After I did that, my stomach was a lot. Well, it's going down now, but back then, it immediately all that extra weight I had in my midsection, and I did not work out. And I'm talking about I had a 6 pack for real, for real. And I did not work out, but that extra weight and bloating and all of that, I didn't have it. Y'all seen the pictures, and that was after 4 kids. I did not have it. I was grateful for that. So I've been ground turkey in it since I was what? It's been 24 years now, 23 years, and I'm greedy. So I want to go back again. So then let me do this. I can eat 2 hamburgers instead of one. hmm I can eat 2 pieces of lasagna or a real big piece, and it's cheaper, this part, and sop it up. Ooh, I might make some of that. I ain't made lasagna in a minute. Sop the juice up on my thick piece of cornbread or my thick piece of garlic toast. Because I like to take the lasagna while it's piping hot and still kind of messy and put it on a piece of garlic cheese toast. Oh, with a little bit of salad with some green olives in it. Oh, my Lord. I miss my kids because they gave me a reason to be greedy because I could say, I'm going to make this for y'all. Really? I was making it for me. I was making it for me, but I know they like it too. So then I don't gotta feel so greedy because we all gonna be in here, babe. You know how they have the sped up commercials and you just see people going back and touching stuff? Yeah. And you had it 2 days ago. Ooh, Jessica. Listen. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. I like food a lot. Okay. I like food a lot. Y'all like green olives in y'all salad? It's real, real good. Mm. And they put like that salty tangy. Listen, baby. Let me just focus. Because I'll be and got up at 8 o'clock in the morning. What time is it? Oh, 9:54. Yep, a perfect time. A perfect, uh, a perfect time. Get you some green olives, maybe on your salad, and then some chow mein noodles, the crunchy ones, baby. Don't mess around and put no cranberries and then some walnuts or something in there, bad baby. Baby, listen, with your tomatoes and mushroom. Oh, and don't forget the bacon, not the chips, the little blowed up things. Listen. Oh man. Mm. Don't forget the salt and pepper, and you gotta put the salt and pepper on top of the salad dressing. On top of it. Oh my God, I got oxtail from the food bank this week. I'm searching for a recipe to make. Oh, it's your first time? Let me tell you. Make the braised oxtails in the oven. Go on and get your Dutch oven or French oven out. Get you some good seasonings, right? And you can go to the store and get some red wine vinegar. And some fresh garlic. Get you some onions. And you gonna season, first of all, soak those oxtails. Like when you season them, marinate them with apple cider vinegar, right? Marinate them, just put your seasonings and apple cider vinegar in there, put them in a bowl, maybe for 6 hours or overnight, okay? And then you're gonna take that and you're gonna pour the vinegar. It ain't that much, like a half a, depending on how many you got. You don't need it to cover it, you just letting it sit and just kind of shake it up. Get you some olive oil and put that in the pan, right? And then cut you up some, onions and stuff and set them to the side. Okay, and some fresh garlic, set that to the side. Listen, put that oil in there and just brown them real good on like a medium high heat until you get the crusty stuff in the bottom. Do not throw that away. Take them out and Put that red wine vinegar in there, and get all that up out of there. And then you're gonna add you some vegetable stock or chicken stock or what a beef stock or whatever to that juice. Put your little bit more seasoning in there, and baby, let them go down. Put that lid on there and put them in the oven for about about an hour or two. You'll be able to check in that, baby, and take that out. Make you some rice with that juice. You know, Nathan gon' listen. Throw them onions and that fresh garlic on in there when it's in that. Yeah, you'll be real happy. You might need a sprig of rosemary, and that's about it. Throw that in there, you're gonna be good, Sarah. I like food. Yeah. What? You listen. Fire. Ooh wee. Real good. You hear me? Make your little rice on the side. Take some of that juice out, set it to the side, and then make your, add some stock to that and make your rice, baby. That's the stuff you gonna go get the spatula and dig it all out and put it in the pan and be trying to pick the little rice pieces out of the thing. I'm trying to tell you. Get your little bread. You can get you some French bread and take some of that grease, baby, some of that juice, some of that, because it's going to be real good and oily, girl. Put your little bit of that juice on some real good French bread that's crispy. Take some of that garlic that ain't cooked all the way, it's like roasted, and put it on top. Baby, it's making a hair on my leg stand up. Listen here. And stop it up, girl. If you take that, you roast that garlic first, right? And then, chop it up, put it in it. Listen, and then take that and smooth it on that bread like that. After you done just put it in the oven and toasted it, and then they got the seasonings of all of that in there, baby. Listen, with a little bit of that oxtail meat on the top. Listen here. Listen, Rika. You can do that with roast too. So if you ain't got no oxtails, do it with a roast. It do the same thing, baby. Ooh, we roasted garlic like chuck roast or whatever you gonna do. Now my stomach growling in agreement. Girl, I had to stand up. Cause if you roast that garlic and then throw some of them in there, you can kind of put them like in a bag. They gonna get down, but some of them ain't gonna. You can throw some in later so they just absorb that juice, and then take them out and rub them on your bread like this. French bread I love, so French bread I like to eat with dishes like that. But you can do it with a roast if you want to. Look at us. We supposed to be. That's the only reason I want either to get close to my kids or I miss the circle to come. I miss cooking because I don't want to eat by myself, and I being made a whole dang everything, and ain't nobody here to eat it. So I don't cook as much as I used to. You said whole Sunday dinner plan, girl, telling you, please do. Look at us smiling, thinking about oxtails and roast and garlic and bread, baby. Listen, we just get everybody else, y'all toes is twiddling and stuff too. Some folks is writing down like, yep, I'm going to make this because I couldn't figure out what I was going to make. Thank you. Baby, listen, garlic on anything. I'm trying to tell you, listen, y'all hear my toes popping? Y'all hear it? Food make me real happy. That's why, if you don't like to eat, we probably ain't going to be able to be friends or nothing. And if you going to eat the same thing all the time, we ain't going to be able to be friends because I like to try new foods and other stuff. You said, girl, I done put a bookmark in a notebook over here, cheese in this part. Listen, baby. Yeah. Look, just happy. Just kicking our little feet, twiddling our toes, baby. I forgot what we were supposed to be talking about. Listen, oh yeah, the Giants. We going there. That's where we was going. Just crazy. You said me too. I love trying new foods. So toes wiggling. Yeah, this is the thing. Got me dancing for no reason. I'm trying to tell you. Baby, listen, I like food. If I don't, food is my friend. Always have been. Hmm. And the crazy thing is, y'all can make your own French bread too. It ain't even that hard, and it had the house smelling good for a minute. The kids will love it. Yep. You said I screen recorded it. Hilarious. Yeah. Cause like today, if they ain't got nothing to do and it's hot, cause it's a heat wave, right? But you know, maybe you got convection oven or whatever else it is. You can let that bread and stuff like rise overnight or put it, you know what I'm saying? Start the process because some of it got to rise a couple different times. Great exercise to do with the kids. And y'all can add cheese in it or herbs or whatever else. Let them make their own little loaves. And you know what I'm saying? Stretch them out or whatever you're going to do. Or this is your section. They can even put food coloring in there to dye their section of the bread and then you put it together. Yeah, I'm going to go back and screen record it too. Hilarious. Y'all are funny. But yeah. Mm-hmm. Make some garlic and herb French bread. Roast your garlic first. Listen. And it's funny. It does teach patience. Yes, I make my own bread. I grind my own meat. We make our own ice cream. We make our own pasta. We do a lot of stuff around here. We make our own pasta sauce and all of that. Yeah. I had 4 kids, and then when I got married, it was 7 of them, and everybody ate like 4 grown men apiece. So most of I just gave my daughters the pans and stuff because they doing all the cooking now. Most of them. I still kept a couple, but I just gave my kids my pans because they got families and stuff now. Yeah. Now I go down there and they cook for me. I told y'all I didn't show y'all the plate my daughter made when I was down there. I'm gonna show y'all. And we went to church and everything. I said, is she 22? Let me see. Come on. Cabbage, corn, biscuits, roast, baked macaroni and cheese. We went to church and she came home and it was about 2.5 hours, baby. And she went in. I said, yeah, come on with that. Mm-hmm. She said, Mom, you want me to cook? I do. She said, can you go in there and take that roast out and put it in the sink? Don't play with me. Because the rule in our house was you don't want to eat if you didn't take that meat out that I asked you to take out. Help me help you eat. So she said, can you go in there and take that roast out, Mom, that I got in the... Don't, girl. Don't play with me. I see what you did there. I see what you did there. She tried it and it worked because I went right in there and put it in some, put it right on out on the counter because I want to eat tomorrow when I get home from church. Petty. Kids, my kids petty. I keep trying to tell y'all. Yeah, you know them rules? Yeah. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I'm trying to tell you. Listen. Listen, role reversal. They be so petty. But guess what? What I do to them, what I did to them, they do to me. When they showed up here, they had some pajamas for me, some real nice juicy couture slippers, some perfume for Mother's Day, right? But when I go to where they at, they're constantly asking me, Mom, you hungry? You want to go get something to eat? You okay? Here, I got you this. It ain't much, but I got you this. Right? How you treat your children most times. Now, there's always a demon seed somewhere around. But for the most part, how you treat your children is how they going to treat you. Right? And they like piping hot food. And so I tried to cook before they got up in the morning because I don't want a kid to keep on saying, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry. Well, they do that for their children. They get up and cook before their kids get up. They know about the time they gonna get up, and so their children wake up to food like they woke up to food. Because don't nobody want to be waiting for 2 hours for you to cook. And you know about the time your kids going to get up. And if you home, you should be up 20 to 30 minutes before that cooking. So you ain't got to hear, Mom, I'm hungry. Mom, I'm hungry. I don't want to hear that. I do not want to hear that. So let me go on and get up early. Even if you have to make, like I told you, I made a lot of like breakfast, like the potato, ham, and cheese, or bacon and cheese with the egg mixed in. I made a lot of that stuff. So if you hungry, it's something in there that you can get that is just, I cooked it. I just froze it. You know what I mean? I made them pancakes and put them in the freezer, and waffles homemade and put them in the freezer. These were things that I did. Now they did get Eggos and all of that every once in a while, but a lot of times I made blueberry waffles or whatever else, and I just put it in the freezer. Well, they're doing that for their kids. Y'all remember I told y'all when my grandson was like one, my daughter was taking banana and something else and making waffles out of it and making little pancakes out of it and all of that, and they was freezing them in bulk and putting them in the freezer. I mean, making them in bulk and put them in the freezer for their babies. You know, hey, I'm gonna make this easy for you and easy for me, because I don't want to hear you crying talking about you hungry. That's gonna get under my skin. So let's just jump on that, and I'm gonna get up early. Or on Sunday, I'm gonna make all of these breakfast burritos or whatever and put them in the freezer, so then you can just go and pop it in the microwave, or we'll set them out the night before in the freezer or the refrigerator, and then you can pop it in the microwave or in the air fryer or whatever you're gonna do and take it out the door. I made a lot of breakfast breads, you know, banana bread and different types of stuff, and I would make them in big. I showed y'all the thing, big muffins, and I'm not trying to say, oh, I did. I'm just saying, for a busy working mom or parents, if you take time out to and make them help. They can crack eggs and mix in the cheese and do all that. I made them. That's why they cook like they cook right. I'm not even gonna eat all this by myself. So why do I have to cook it all by myself? You know how to crack eggs. Go get them eggs. You know how to mix. You're gonna mix. You know how to do this. You're gonna do that. You put the dry in. I had 4 of them, so sous chefs was in the house. But now they all cook and they cook very well. You see what I'm saying? You be worn out because you doing it all. They can do it. Little bitty kids. If you measure everything out, they gonna mix hell till it's tough. You can teach them the season. Now the prep part in the beginning is gonna be whatever because you're not used to doing it. But my mom didn't know how to cook, so I been learned from online on TikTok. Oh, good job. My mom quit cooking. She would only cook on holidays. Well, okay, this some BS. So I started cooking family dinners. I probably wasn't but 9 or 10 because she was always at work. Yeah, and been cooking ever since. But now I'm happy because they cook. They cook all the holidays. I might have to put in a little bit of something, but they say, "Mom, you watch the grandkids. We gonna cook bad." And they now see they grown. They be making drinks while they cook and stuff. I gotta get used to that part. They be making drinks while they cooking. And dancing the Meg the Stallion and stuff. Now I remember when I did it, but that's because I was grown. They like we grown. I be like, ooh, I know. And I just gotta let y'all do it. But I can't even do nothing about it. They be making daiquiris and stuff. I be like, oh my goodness, this is real. Y'all is really grown. But this your house. You maintain. I can't say nothing. What I'm gonna say? Y'all work hard, take care of your families. You do what you need to do. So I'll just be like, oh well. They is really grown. It's a trip. Mm-hmm. You said my granddaughters love helping. Yeah. Like I pick up all the, take all the trash out to the trash while they doing what they doing. I might go in and wipe a cabinet down or something, but I'm grateful. I'm grateful. So what you put into your children, just understand how you treat them, how you talk to them. Now, again, there's always a demon seed, but for the most part, whatever you put in them, they gonna put in you. They will return that back to you. So if you neglected their needs, you're gonna be old, and you're gonna need diapers maybe, or some type of care. Do you want them neglecting you when you get old? Do you want them making you wait for the things that you absolutely need when you cannot do it for yourself? I suggest you don't put them in that same situation. Because anything can happen. You don't even got to be old to be put in that situation. So be mindful of how you treat other people, and, letting people suffer and all those kinds of things. Just be mindful. Really, with your children, too. I'll be right back, y'all. I need water. I don't know why every time okay, I'm just gonna get it. Hold on, y'all. I'm trying not to make me no more coffee because I already had 2 cups this morning. All right, y'all. Sorry about that. Y'all already know how this liquid be going around here. It is what it is. All right. Excuse me. We was gonna do the Giants, but let's do. That's crazy. Okay. Ezekiel 17, please. Y'all hear me? Ezekiel 17. We started on this last night, and then we got sidetracked. It's okay. We're going to read it in the easy read. I read it in the NIV too, but we're going to do easy read today. Normally we do, because I'd rather it be the most basic so that my babies can get it just in case they ain't here. ERV. I read it in NIV, and it's good in either one, but it's Saturday, so I know sometimes y'all babies be in here, so that's what y'all know. That's one of the main reasons I read in the ERV, right? And look at if your babies have set in on the word. Do you see why it's important that you read it so that they can understand it? People's like, oh, I only read this. Okay, but do you understand it though? You can be reading it, but do you understand it? And that's the thing. That's why we use the ERV, because we're supposed to be pouring the word into our children. And so if they can't understand it and we have them saying 1,000 days and nobody else talk like that, it's kind of pointless. Like I asked the other day, how many of you before you came here just used to read the word, you really didn't understand it? But now you understand the word. So if we would have kept reading that, I mean, it's like going to the doctor, them prescribing you a medicine, an ointment to put on a rash or something, and you put it up in the cabinet and you don't use it. That's what reading the Bible and not understanding how to apply it means. You got it, but you don't know how to use it so that it can heal you. You know? And I believe, and I could be wrong, that people that have come here, you have learned not just how to read the word, but how to apply it to your life. And your life should have gotten better as you've applied the salve of the word to your life. You said I used to whisper to my little sis what Pastor was saying so she could understand this part. What good is it me giving you informations in Mandarin and you don't speak Mandarin or Spanish or Dutch? You're going to be clueless. You don't know what I'm talking about because you don't understand that language. It's like that with the Bible too. But when y'all came here and you started to understand the word, that's when I started getting vegetables thrown at me. And that's how I knew it was hitting home. That's how I knew you understood. When you got an attitude and didn't want to come back like these is my words that was written down 4,000 years ago and I'm only 45, yeah, it was hitting home. That means you understood. Because it says the word, it'll cut through the bone and the marrow. It get in them dark places that's been put up for a minute, right? The doors that you've locked behind and said, ain't nobody gonna get in there, I'm gonna hold on to this. The word be like, ooh, I can see through that little bitty keyhole, underneath the crack on the side of the door, all of that. I can get in there. Get in there. I say this, auntie, and I'm always combative with the Holy Spirit leads into understanding this. Listen, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It's been worked in your life. Everybody can, you can give 10 people the same medication. Some people ain't going to take it the same. Some people ain't going to take it at all. Some people going to wait until their next appointment to start taking it. Some people going to set it in the counter. Some people going to sell it. That's how the word is. Everybody's not going to do the same thing with it, but the people that apply it, you will see them getting better because it's medicine. It's a salve for the soul and for your carnal life because the instructions are simple. People make God all, tell me this ain't been the most simple relationship you didn't have. Now, I ain't saying it ain't been hard, but it's been very simple to learn the ways of God. He said, come and learn of me. I didn't have to beat y'all over the head with nothing. The only thing I probably did beat y'all over the head with is get your stuff. Okay? Excuse me. Get your stuff. But other than that, and that's only because I wanted you and your babies to be okay. Store food. Stop wasting your money. You know, if you can downsize and live, you know, whatever, do that. Because I wanted y'all to be okay. But everything else, you did it on your own. I just gave you the seeds. You had to water it and grow it. Your growth, that don't have nothing to do with me. You had to make the necessary changes. And it wasn't something that you had to go into, I'm saved and sanctified and all of that. You didn't have to say nothing. Everything that you worked on, you either worked on it while you was at work, driving home, in the car, at the house with the kids, at doctor's appointments, at funerals, at church. God gonna have to work on me forgiving y'all for that. Because y'all know cuss words be slipping out my mouth. And y'all got me in church. I might start singing Seems Like You're Ready. Don't watch me while you at church. It's rude. Focus on the pastor if you're going to be there. I done been to school with y'all. To OB-GYN appointments. Everything. Weddings. Cruises. Vacations. Divorce proceedings. The toilet. I've definitely been in the shower with y'all. So, look, we done been through some things together. Uh-huh. Half. Mm-hmm. Cooking, cleaning, hot bubble baths. Here we go. Right. Mm-hmm. You said you was in the labor and delivery room with me and was. That TT baby was like, who is that lady yelling? And now she be like, my TT on the TV. TT? TT circle? Mama, TT circle? Uh-huh. Who is that lady yelling? Now your kids know my voice, dude. Hello, TT baby. You hear me? Kids quoting scriptures. Y'all know Mr. Cole, baby. Yeah, he be in here. He just turned 5, baby. He be like, that day he said, TT, we don't all have demons. No, nephew, you right. We don't. What I meant was, he just turned 5. You hear me? No, we don't. And that little baby goes, he been here since he was 2. Okay, or 1.5, something like that. And that baby goes through and anoints his house. If he feels something and tell his mama and everything that he done told his mama he saw, she was able to look it up and see that it was a real demon. And y'all be playing with these kids. Don't. You say yes, my kids say circle on. Circle on. Circle. TT circle. Mm-hmm. Is. Now this the crazy thing. You sure right, you better listen. You see what we played last night? Well, all y'all kids, when y'all call Alexa and Google, they run. And we talked about that 3 years ago, and people thought we was crazy. Okay? When I said you better check your kids' toys. Go in their room if they're having nightmares, and the babies came in class. Y'all don't think that's crazy? People are talking about that now, and in our Zooms, I don't know if the Zooms are still on there. If the Zooms are still on there, you can go to some of our first Zooms on YouTube. And there are 4 and 5 and 6 and 7 and 8-year-old kids coming there telling their testimony about what they saw in their room, what they experienced. And those babies started to pray over their rooms, and the nightmares went away. The night terrors went away. They wasn't scared to go to the bathroom. There's a lot of things that have happened. And now they're saying what? That the kids, the babies, can sense something is wrong when you're conjuring this AI disembodied spirit to give you information. Oh. Okay. But when we talked about that, I was doing too much. We was going too deep, and now the world is talking about it. No or yes. When we talked about technology being disembodied spirits in 22, people called us crazy. And now the world is saying, yes, AI is disembodied spirits, old ones. You don't think it's crazy that Google's new thing is Gemini? A two-sided, two-faced, two-minded. The leader of this new world is going to be from this world and another one, too. Interesting that is what they use just right now. Because at first, this world leader is going to be human. And then something is going to happen, and he's going to be killed, and he's going to lay in Jerusalem, or in that area for 3 days, and then he's going to get up. But when he get up, it's going to be Lucifer himself inhabiting that body. Interesting. The devil in the flesh. See, we've heard the stars say that he's taking a body, but we going to get to see it. See, right now it's speculation. When they tell us, we be like, right, well, the world's about to see him in a body. Interesting. Did any of you go watch Meet Joe Black? Exactly like that. And it's going to be an ancient life force. Okay. You about to see who Snoop and all of those other people talked about. The devil came and talked to them. Lil Wayne, Crunchy Black, and all the other punk metal and rock metal bands and stuff. And they said Lucifer came and saw them, and they started screaming real loud. Yeah, we all gonna get to see that. Are you ready? My grandbaby heard your voice the other day, and she said, who that lady talking? Hilarious. Who is that? Isn't that crazy? Do you think about it like that? That Lucifer, just like when he got in Nero, And the king of Tyre and all of the other kings, he's walked the earth in bodies at other times and led people. Y'all know that, right? It's been many antichrists. But this gonna be the last one. Hello? No? Okay. Do you think that our leader has two faces? Do y'all remember me telling y'all 4 years ago that Russia was already in our White House? 3.5 years ago? Sorry. You know what, Sarah? Thank you, Tasha. Do y'all remember us talking about this? Huh? Okay. I want to show you something I saw last night before I went to sleep.
Occupied nation that is America. We have another. Speaking of the occupied nation that is America, we have another fun little tidbit that came out today. Now, my idea of fun might be a little different than what you consider fun.
Oh, don't do that.
But Mr. Sergio Gore, who has been serving as the director of personnel in the White House, claims to be born in Malta. But when Malta was asked about this, Malta said, yeah, no, we don't have any birth certificates for him. We have no data on this man. We don't know who this guy is. Turns out this man's real name is Sergei Goryachev, and I'm so sorry if I butchered that, because I'm sure I did. It has been revealed that this man, who has been serving in the White House without clearing background checks, might just be a KGB operative undercover working in the White House. And we thought we had seen it all, folks. No, we have not seen it all. We have not. And the reason for this inquiry into this man and who he is has to do with Elon Musk and that big old ego of his. Elon did.
Did we talk about that? You want to know how I know we talked about it? Where are you? Let's see. I'm gonna show you how I know. Y'all know we talked about it. And there you are. Hey, this book. This one. This book right here. Remember this book? Who remembers this? Y'all remember this book? We read this chapter. Y'all see what that say? KJB, Russia, the Great Deception. You see it? All warfare is based on deception. Interesting. Look at August 1991 and October 1993. Did we talk about August and October of this year? Matter of fact, we've talked about August and October every year for the last 3 years, have we not? So again, is one of our classes in the news right now? Because we read this chapter. In one of our classes, we went over this chapter. I showed y'all this before. I asked y'all a question yesterday about, do Russia have a bear on their flag? And then I told y'all that in this book, it talks about an eagle and a bear getting into a thing, and somebody and who they say they is. You remember we have this kind? You remember, Joy? So another one of our classes is in the news just right now. Interesting. We can't have a class without being reminded of a class that we had years ago that's in the news right now. And who remembers me saying to you, hey, I know you think I'm crazy, but the stuff that we study here, it's going to be worldwide news in just a minute. Y'all remember? Put your hand up if you remember me saying that. Please. You do, Miss Howard. You do. Praying for you. She, not me. Up. Classy lady. Love more today. Sarah. Jay. Joy. Valerie. Oh, okay. Janet. Smart. Okay. Okay. I just wanted to know. So do you see it happening now? This didn't probably mean nothing to you 3 years ago, 2 years ago, whenever it was that we studied. It was just a subject. Now, let's read what it say. Y'all want to? I think we should. Y'all want to hear what chapter 11? Mind you, I got this book from a very strange person. Not this specific one, but the first time I got it. And I told y'all what happened. And now, do you believe when I told you I know an angel gave me this book? At 15. You believe me now? The bus. The one that nobody saw that I gave my $2-3 to. That said he was going on a long journey or whatever. But I gave him my money and he gave me this book. And I read it in less than 24, 48 hours on the bus. 30 years ago this year. Around this time. It was August. Actually, when I went home. July, the end of July, beginning of August. Because I was getting ready to go to school. To my sophomore year of high school. Because I had ran away to the Midwest and then I had to get bused back out to the West Coast. Y'all remember? And then I got home and my mama saw this and so she threw it away. My last $2-3. My last $2. You hear me? Was. But look at the value that my last $2 got me buying somebody some food at McDonald's, and $2 used to get you a lot at McDonald's. It's called Prince of Darkness. Okay. $2 then been able to bless a lot of people down through the years, because this also talked about September 11th, 1991. So in 2001, I got this in 1995. In 2001, when I was telling my family we about to go to Raw, they was calling me crazy in April. And then on September the 11th of 2001, this talks about the first George Bush, September the 11th, 1991, saying he was going to usher in a new world order. Now, I knew this at 15. But at 21, what I had read when I was 15 came true. But it was his son. And that's when the order of the world changed. That's when we had to be getting frisked and how you fly and, all of this real ID for real and this and that. It really amped up at that time. Well, God gave me the information about it when I was 15, but I didn't see it until I was 21. And nobody believed me then. Well, the stuff that's going on now, I've showed y'all my journal entries. God was telling me about it in 2014, 2015, 2016, 2017, 9/11, 2018. I'll show you in here. It's in here. Okay. Matter of fact, y'all know we didn't had a couple of these. Oh, 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 oh. Just let's talk about this. Let's talk about this. Tell me that's not important. This right here. We talked about being global citizens. I'm about this. Look at that. European citizen and passport, high court, central bank and currency, foreign policy, European army, political, economic, and military control. Is this not what's going on here right now? This book was written in like 1992 or 3. Oh, okay. Oh, to the expanded European community. Oh, and the Mediterranean and Scandinavia. Interesting. This is all so interesting. Look at that. 15 is when I was reading this kind of stuff, but yeah, you're right. Ooh. Y'all ready for the next one? We gonna get to George Bush. Let's do that. What that say? Let's just read that part real quick. Ooh, 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 ooh. What you say, Dad? Let's see what it say. Okay, right here it says Israel's role in the New World Order. Israel plays a key role in the secret plans for world government because of its geostrategic location on the vital land bridge between Europe, Asia, and Africa. All places you've studied since you've been here. Whoever controls the land of Israel can dominate the Persian oil fields and the Suez Canal that is vital for European and African trade. This is right. Russia and America both demanded the right to co sponsor the Middle East peace talks. This was in 1993. Moving on. It also explains the tremendous financial support and enormous arms shipments by both superpowers to this volatile area over the last 40 years, the last 4 decades. Interesting. I'm 40 right now, so over the last 40 years, that means it's been 80. Moving on, or close to it, 70 something. Of the top 20 arms importing nations in the world, 7 are in the Middle East. Though Israel is one of the smallest nations in the world and its land is mostly desert, even the distant nations of China, India, and Japan are moving to take their place at the peace table to determine the final settlement. Does any of this sound like right now? Are those countries not just in our news right now? All of this was started by like trade wars and stuff. Interesting. Mm-hmm. And this is Circa's reading at 15. This is why I didn't have no friends for real, because they didn't want to hear about this stuff in 1995. Sounds like a news article right now. Okay. Here we go. It says Israel, with only 8,000 square miles and a population of 5 million citizens, contains less than 1% of Earth's population. This is why I care about numbers. Despite its insignificant size, and a multitude of debates, conferences, and resolutions, focus on this small country every year. Here we go. The leaders of the nations recognize that if Armageddon comes, it will undoubtedly start here. Interesting. Jerusalem, the spiritual home of the three great religions, has captured the attention of the world's citizens. The prophet Zechariah foretold 25 centuries ago that the nations of the world will come against Israel and Jerusalem in the last days. Behold, I will make Jerusalem a cup of drunkenness to all the surrounding peoples. Ooh, when they lay siege against Judah and Jerusalem. And it shall happen in that day that I will make Jerusalem a very heavy stone for all the peoples. Interesting. Okay, here we go. I'm gonna skip over one section here. Oh, and it says in this chapter, Israel is in the valley of decision. We will explore the incredible prophecies about that nation's role in the events that will shortly unfold as the planet rushes to its final appointment with destiny. Tell me that ain't sounding like our news right now. Yes? No? Is it? Okay. Just go look up the Prince of Darkness. It's on my list. It's in my book list in Amazon. Okay? Here we go. It is not my intention to complete an in-depth review of the New Age movement. Others have done excellent research in uncovering the coordinated New Age assault on the Judeo-Christian values that have made our nations great. However, it is important to point out how these New Age practitioners have made the common cause with the planners of the New World Order. The pagan philosophy behind the New Age movement has been working behind the scenes throughout this century to destroy the democracy and create a world government. It talks about the Thule group. Interesting. This is the stuff I was reading in 15. Y'all want to know why I'm weird? This is why. Here we go. There was an explosion of occult groups and Eastern religions in Europe in the early 1900s. Hundreds of satanic cults appealed to the aimless European. Oh, just so y'all know, this was written by this kind of person right here. Not this kind, this kind. Okay, I'm going to go back. All right. Excuse me. This was in 1993 or 1992, y'all. Okay. So it says, hundreds of satanic cults appeal to the aimless European men and women whose lives were dislocated by the horrors of World War One and the Great Depression that followed. One of these obscure occult sects, the Thule group, rose to prominence in the 1920s in Germany and Britain. The Thule group and the Golden Dawn Society. When I tell you God was telling me about books that I wouldn't get for 30 years, he be on it. You hear? And do. Now, please don't go buy this book because it is a witchcraft book. But look at that. So in the early 1900s, the Europeans got a hold to some magic. Interesting. The aimless ones. They was just walking around the world aimless. Interesting. Taking other people's stuff. I get it. I got it. Good. And you know how I know? Because I got books up here that's over 100 years old. From the 1917s and stuff like that. When they was traveling and coming back and telling about their travels. They falling apart. So I know that to be true. Oh, okay. Here we go. Sorry. All right. The Thule group and the Golden Dawn Society inspired many of Hitler's followers. It was dedicated to furthering the plans of a one-world government that would destroy all traces of Judeo-Christian morality. Occult groups, including Freemasonry and the Illuminati, attempted to undermine the existing political and religious order during the last 2 centuries. The evidence of an unholy alliance between the supporters of the New World Order and the New Age occult groups is overwhelming. Many of those leading the current rush toward world government are committed to a pagan and occult vision totally opposed to the Judeo-Christian morals and democratic values of the average Western citizen. Sound like our news today or no? Do it? Huh? Do it to you? What? Okay. Let me go back to chapter 11. Let's read a little bit of this. Let's see. Hey, here we go. I be trying to tell y'all, God put me on a long time ago. I don't be caring what nobody be thinking about it. I was 15 when he slapped me with all of this. And I was trying to tell my mama, my cousins, my family, and they was like, you need to quit reading. I said, okay. I just keep it to myself. I'll be taking that book with me on my road trip today. Come on, Pumpkin, take your highlighters and your tabs and stuff too, please. Please. You hear me? Yeah. And these was ministers and stuff telling me this. I had plenty of bishops and stuff telling me, God don't want me reading this. What if I would have listened to them? What if I would have listened? What if I would have stopped reading all the stuff that God was telling me to read? Where would I be right now? Remember, Hosea 4 and 6 said he rejected a lot of the pastors because they refused to learn, which means 30 years ago, God was telling me about what was going to happen in 2025. Still don't believe he'll tell you early? We use our manners, y'all. We use our manners. Can you please tell me the name of that book? And I will definitely tell you. If you're new here, you might not know we use our manners. Can you please tell me, or is there, we use our manners? Because then I feel like people trying to tell me what to do. I don't like that. I will share information, but we got to use our manners. You all right. It's called The Prince of Darkness by Grant R. Jeffrey. Now, on the new one, it has a different thing, but you see what's on the front of there? Grant R. Jeffrey. Okay? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Okay. Eventually you would have refound his past. I don't know. I can't say that for sure. It's on Kindle for $5. Thank you. I suggest y'all read it. It's gonna be very interesting. You hear me? The pastor say if God wanted you to read it, it would be in the Bible, and it is. They so crazy. And that's why I'll be over here by myself, and God led me to the information. But think about it. I ran away from home at that time. My mama didn't know. She was on the West Coast. She was looking for me. I was in the Midwest, nigga. Brothers calling around the city trying to, I ain't here. I'm about 3 days journey away from y'all like Jesus. They be looking for me. I was about my father's business. Mm-hmm. I was about a 3 days journey away from them. You hear me? My brother called and said, you know she down here. Who? Your sister, your daughter. She's here. How did she get there? Nobody knows. My mama went to work and I went to the Greyhound. You hear me? And she know I used to go over my brother's house and be over there for a couple of days. She wasn't calling the check, so I was out. I went on to the Midwest and got a was crazy. And I met a man on the way back that was on the bus. And from the city I went to Texas, which is where the McDonald's was, where the bus station was, like, the second stop where we could, get off and eat. It was a man sitting across the aisleway from me. And he didn't get off. And I was like, why you not getting off? Everybody had got off to stretch their legs, smoke, go get food, whatever. And he was like, something. He ain't got no money for food. I can't remember all of it. But I was like, he had been reading this book too all night. And I read, so I'm looking. I ain't got no book. And I'm looking, but he just kept giving me a weird feeling. I couldn't really explain it. I didn't know what it was. I'm not from Texas. I'm not from Texas. Um, but I have family a lot. My real dad is from Texas. Anyway, um, we get to the stop, and my brother had given me money, and I was down to $3. The man wasn't getting off because he didn't have money to eat or whatever. And so I was like, well, I got this $2 or $3. I can't remember. It was 30 years ago. It was under $3 because $3 got you a lot at McDonald's back then. You get 2 cheeseburgers and some fries and a drink and an ice cream for under $3, way under $3. So with that, um, he was like, no, he can't take my money or whatever. I was like, go ahead, take it. So he took it, and then he gave me this book. But when everybody got back on the bus, because he was the last one to get off and go get food, they only give you so much time. I'm like, don't leave this man. The man, he went to go get his food. And they was like, the lady sitting on this side, she was in the window seat, I was in the aisle seat, he was in the aisle seat, there was a lady on the other side, both white women, and I'm 14, 15. He, they was like, ain't nobody been sitting in that chair. I said, it was a man there because I gave him the last of my money, and I got this book from him. They said, young lady, are you all right? Where are your parents? Listen, I am not crazy. I gave my money to this man, and he gave me this book. And they told me that nobody had been the lady across next to me and the lady across the way. He had been on the bus since we left the city we got to and then got to Texas. He was sitting right across the alleyway from me. What you mean ain't nobody? Yeah, he was. How'd I get this book then? And I don't got no money, and I got another 16 hours on this bus ride to where I'm going. But every single thing in this book was relevant to 9/11. It was relevant to so many different things that have happened in America since 30 years ago. July or August July or August of 1995. Because that's when school was getting started. So I got home back to the West Coast before school started. Probably not even like 2 weeks. So there are a lot of things that happen in your life, and we use our manners. I love y'all. We use our manners, y'all. I don't know if you all remember, but we use our manners. You okay? It's called The Prince of Darkness, but anything that you miss, it's on YouTube, y'all. It's called Prince of Darkness. Prince of Darkness. The new book don't even look like this on the front, so just you Google it. Okay. So I'm gonna read this real quick and then I'm gonna go because I need to call my daughter back. All right. So it says the real powers behind the scenes in Russia, the KGB, and the Communist Party have embarked upon the greatest deception plan in history. Daily, we are told in the media that communism is dead in Russia and Eastern Europe. The politicians assure us with the Cold War is over. Supposedly, the West has won without a final struggle. We are asked to believe that after 74 years of brutal totalitarianism, sorry, y'all, the Soviet communists woke up one day and realized the error of their ways. They announced that they have abandoned Marxism and want to join the Western democracies in a historic partnership. Their announced goal is to create a common European home for the Urals to the Atlantics. I'm sorry. You have heard the expression, it is too good to be true. Well, this Russian fairy tale is too good to be true. And this is the bear is only sleeping. If Russia had truly abandoned communism, millions of well armed communist soldiers, intelligence agents, and loyal party members would have ripped the Soviet Union apart in a civil war. Their armed resistance to this betrayal of Marxism would have made Russia the Civil War of 1918 to 1922 pale in comparison. Why is there so little resistance to the radical reversal of political philosophy? Over 20 million citizens of the Soviet Union were well indoctrinated Communist Party members, soldiers, and KGB agents. It is beyond belief that all of these people would universally and genuinely see the light of democracy and free enterprise simultaneously. However, these dedicated Marxists know that glasnost and perestroika, I believe, I think that's how you say that, and democracy, that might not be right, y'all. I'm sorry. Perestroika, and democracy are simply disinformation designed to deceive the West. Excuse me if I said that wrong. This explains why the party, the army, and the KGB have gone along with the perestroika. I think that's how you say that. Changes in the docile, changes in so docile a manner. The false coup against Gorbachev in August of 1991 and the October 1993 struggle between the parliament and Yeltsin convinced the West that Russia has truly reformed and abandoned communism. So, who remembers when I told y'all that we can't believe nothing that we see right now, and that it's not real? But we talked about Russia not being who they said they were 3.5 years ago in this class. And we talked about them already being in the White House. Did we not? All of what's happening right now, how now Russia has said that they will bomb us if we go over there messing with Iran, is that not what just happened? Because our spokesperson for this rock was just deeming him a great person. And now he's saying, I will erase the United States if I have to. Is that not what just happened right there? Is that not deception? Is it? Is it? We already know that they have key documents and they got them in 2016. They have codes. They have all kind of stuff. No? Hmm? Do we? And it's proven to be true what we studied. Everything that we talked about with who to pay attention to and how they were going to move is literally happening in our news. So I'm going to go call my baby and find me something to eat real quick. But we can come back and do the rest of this if y'all want to. Let me go see what she's talking about and then make sure my other kids don't need to talk to me before it be every 2 minutes I'm out of here, and then I'll come back. Is that okay with y'all? Ooh. But at least we had our early class today, and I think it was pretty good. Y'all got a new recipe. We didn't learn some stuff, and to those of you that have this book, get reading. It's gonna be very important. Okay. They said you can get it on Kindle for $5. Come on then. Okay, Auntie. Yes. Yes, love you. Talk to you later too. Y'all be safe. Pray over that car before y'all leave. If y'all, I don't know if y'all driving or what, but pray over that car. Well, you did say road trip, so pray over that car. Touch the wheels and whatnot. You welcome. I love y'all.